Hi, everyone. So here we have a presentation over formal and informal. Okay. So formal and informal is that F and I section that is in your quaderno. Okay. So let's learn a little bit about this. So this slide is titled You, You, and You. In English, when we want to talk to you or about you, we just have one word, and that word is you. In Spanish, we do have a few more options. We have an informal you and a formal you. So that's what the F and the I stand for. You deciding is that formal or is that informal? Okay. So what are our formal and informal yous? In Spanish, when you're being informal and talking to just one person, you use the word tú, okay? And it has an accent over that you. That's important because tú without an accent is a possessive. It means your, like mine, yours, ours, etc. When you're being formal and talking to just one person, you use the word usted. It's capitalized. That's important to know. And if you're ever reading anything, you might see it abbreviated as UD period. Um, so you're never going to say ooth when you're speaking, but when you're reading something and you come across a capital U and a D with a period, that's usted, which is formal U. We just got lazy. All right. So, what do formal and informal actually mean? So, formal and informal have to do with two things: the way that you talk to someone and the way that they're socially related to you. And this is a little bit strange for us as people who speak English as a first language. The idea of not of this is a little strange, but it makes a lot of sense. So if you're speaking informally, they're on the same social levels as you, or you have a close relationship. If it's formal, they either occupy a higher position socially or you do not have a close relationship. And here's a good rule of thumb. If you would address this person, if you're like, I don't know, who are you? Are you formal or are you informal? If you would address them with a first name or a nickname, you are informal. If you would address this person with a title and their last name, like Dr., Mr., Mrs., etc., you're communicating with them formally. Oh, let's scoot. There we go. So, let's sort of divvy this up. Who do we speak to in our lives and how do we speak to them? So, some people on the formal list, people you don't know yet, aka if you're meeting someone for the first time, your boss, the person who employs you. So, you guys, your boss right now is your teachers. I have lots of bosses, okay, as a teacher. So, as a person who is employed, people with authority over you, like a government official, the president or someone else's president, military personnel, law enforcement personnel. Okay. When we say like authority, that's what we're talking about. Someone who's older than you. So we call these like elders or the elderly, a coach or an instructor. So the same idea as like a teacher, someone to whom you wish to show respect. So it could just be you're wanting to be really nice and whatnot. And then also like medical professionals. Okay. So that could be like your dentist, or it could be like your regular doctor that you go see, or if you see a specialist, um, a chiropractor. I'm trying to think of other medical professionals. I don't know of any. Who do we speak to informally? We have our peers, people who are the same as us, and in the sense of like you see them a lot, you interact with them, etc. Your friends, pets, technology. Um, a lot of people are like, technology, what? And so when you think about it, like, hey, Google, or hey, Siri, or Alexa, play my K pop playlist. Okay. So that's an example of how you would address technology. If you have teammates, you're probably pretty informal with them, but you're going to be formal with your coach. Okay? You have classmates, and then you have people who are your age or people who are younger. Okay. So remember our rule of thumb, if they get a title and a last name, generally speaking, formal. If a first name or a nickname, generally speaking, informal. Okay. What we just saw on the previous slide is not an exhaustive list. It's not comprehensive. Like I didn't put the word teacher on there because to me, I don't think of teachers as being formal. They're my coworkers. Um, but I have a boss. I have lots of bosses. So feel free to add in your own ideas and examples. Oh, but you left family off the list. Yes and no. Okay. Family actually goes in the middle of the list, which we'll see here in just a moment. So some people, like a sibling or a close cousin, they're in your peer group. And some people, like a grandparent or a great grandparent or great aunts and uncles, they would be considered an elder and that deserve respect. All families are different. That's the important thing to remember. Families members will go in different situations depending on what's happening at the moment. And that's especially true if you think about like, oh, I think my mom addresses me informally. um, but what happens when you forget to do the dishes and fold the laundry and make your bed? Then it's definitely you're getting called by first name, last name. And so like everything is super fluid. Okay. um Everyone has different family dynamics, so you may be close to one family member while someone else in your family is not close to that same family member. Also, family relationships grow and change over time. The relationship you have with your parents will be a little different when you're in high school. Once you move out and come back, or maybe you never move out and come back. So they all can change. Like I said, everything is fluid, and everyone interacts differently with their family members. So just be respectful and mindful of everyone's families. Okay. So let's check out this list. We have our formal and our informal, and then family right in the middle. Okay. Because, like I said, everybody has a different relationship with different members of their family. Okay. All right. I hope this helps. Love you guys. Bye. Oh, J/K. Ha, a little bit more. So the F and I section in our quaderno. When you look at the section in your quaderno that has an FI question mark as a label, now you know what it means. The F and the I stand for how someone is being addressed. So in English, we just ask the question, how are you? But in Spanish, because we have two U's, you'll need to understand the situation and decide if the person should be asked that question formally or informally. Formal and informal are not interchangeable. So let's just take a quick look at the question, how are you? If you ask someone informally, how are you? It's ¿Cómo estás? 2 words. If you ask someone formally, it's ¿Cómo está usted? Okay. So you have an additional word, and you've changed estás to está. The word como is our question word for how, so that doesn't change. Question words don't change. Okay. All right. So now we're done. I think that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.